What we do at Israel and Gerity is to develop plans for people to keep them or their families from having to go through the probate process. And we also work to protect their assets if they were to have to go into a nursing home or if they have some form of special needs. It's very important for families to plan ahead for these kinds of things. But I know that's not something that's really easy to do. It's certainly not pleasant to think about dying or having to go into a nursing home. And the thought of wading through piles of legal documents can be very daunting. So what we strive to do is to make this whole process as painless as possible. We want to take away the stress and the confusion so that you can get through this kind of very important planning. And we know that this is important to people. We have clients sharing with us frequently how they've worked their whole life to build up a legacy, and nobody wants to see that legacy wiped out by probate expenses, nursing home costs, taxes, or just people making poor decisions. So with the proper planning, which is what we do, we can solve all these problems in advance for our clients and really give them that peace of mind that's important. One of the areas of law that we handle is Medicaid planning. We have a lot of people come to us thinking that in order to qualify for Medicaid, which by the way is administered under something called Altex in Arizona, these people come to us thinking that they have to spend all of their money and get rid of all of their assets in order to qualify. In fact, tragically, a lot of people come to us after they've already started doing this. They've already done damage by getting rid of assets that they really didn't have to get rid of. We want our clients to know that they don't have to do this, at least not without some very careful Medicaid planning first. We can and have saved our clients literally hundreds of thousands of dollars that otherwise would have been just turned over to a nursing home or even just wasted in an effort to qualify for Medicaid. But with careful planning, we're able to guide our clients through the complicated laws and take steps that are specifically allowed under the federal and state statutes to protect assets and avoid needless spend down. In our estate planning practice, we do a lot of planning with living trusts. Many people now are starting to use living trusts because they are a much more powerful way of planning than you could ever establish with a simple will. What we offer to our clients is peace of mind, and that's exactly why we use trusts in the majority of our estate planning process. Our clients walk away from here with a plan that they know is going to work for them, that is going to protect those who they want to protect in the future. Now, one of the things that really sets us apart from other estate planning firms is that we work very closely with our clients to do a critical part of creating a trust, which is a process called funding, which is where you move your assets into the name of the trust, and that's sort of the magic of using a trust. Most estate planning firms, and in particular, all of the online document mills, will churn out an estate plan for you, but then they'll send you home with a giant pile of documents and a set of instructions for all the work that you're supposed to do in order to fund the trust. But what we know happens is that pile of documents gets set on the desk or set on the counter, and while you have the best intentions to get all that work done, it just never happens. And when it doesn't happen, the trust doesn't get funded. And without funding, the trust can't do the job that it's intended to do. Then this all gets discovered only when it's too late. That's when the kids find that pile of documents covered in dust, sitting on the desk, and find out for the very first time that all of that careful planning that their parents did was done for naught. The trust hasn't been funded, and therefore it cannot accomplish any of the client's original goals. So we don't let this happen. In fact, we think it's nearly malpractice to do estate planning work that way. Instead, we hold our clients' hands all the way through the entire funding process. We make absolutely certain that all of this gets done and that it gets done properly. We actually do every bit of this work, this funding work that we can, But there are portions that we cannot do for you. And in those cases, we guide you through the process, and we stay on top of you to make absolutely certain that it all gets done. I can tell you, it's a great feeling for us when our clients give us hugs after we've done the final signing and establish their estate plan for them. That's not something that happens in a lot of other areas of law, which is one of the reasons why this area of practice is so rewarding and why we have chosen to do it. I think that our firm is different from a lot of other firms in that we really aim to build relationships with our clients. A lot of estate planning firms, and of course all of these new online legal services, they try to boil estate planning and all of the complicated legal planning down to a pile of form-driven documents. The process becomes very transactional. Well, we don't do that. In order to truly understand our clients' wishes and to be able to build an estate plan that really meets their unique needs, we need to spend time with our clients. We need to get to know them and to develop that kind of relationship that only time can build. By the way, when we do estate planning work, we've done away with the billable hour. We don't want our clients having questions or concerns, but being afraid to give us a call or to ask for a meeting because they don't want that meter to start racking up a bill. So we do this work on a flat rate that we let you know in advance. That makes it so that all the meetings, all the phone calls, all the emails, all the work on the planning and the drafting of the documents, it's all included in that price. We never view our work with clients as a one and done transaction. We really want to be here for the long haul for our clients. We want to be who our clients turn to when things about their family circumstances change. And then we want to guide them through the changes that need to be made to their estate plans. We also want to be here for their families when that time comes, guiding them through difficult times of pain and loss. So please give us a call. Come on in and see me. We'll talk about what concerns you, and we'll talk about what you want to accomplish. I would very much like to have a conversation with you and begin building that relationship that I spoke of.